Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and a bit of a different video, because today I wanted to talk about a channel update, I guess we could say. Because a lot of you probably know that I have had access to something on YouTube called memberships, or it was previously called sponsors, and well, I call it senators. I was lucky enough to be able to test this almost a year before it was publicly released about a year ago, which means that some of you senators are almost close to getting your 2-year badge, which should be happening in about March, I think, if I remember correctly. And now the next step for these YouTube memberships arrived to YouTube, and I want to talk about it a little bit in the video, because I know a lot of people would be confused about it otherwise. What does it mean? What is this? Because it's basically just something that's going to pop up on my channel. So because of your support and how well the memberships have worked on my channel, they decided to pick me as one of the beta testers for the next step, which is levels or tiers, as I guess you could call them. This is something that has been available on Twitch for a while, where you have $5, $10, and $25 subscriptions, and of course on Patreon you can choose anything from $1 up to, I don't know if there's a higher cap, to be honest, but you know, people like Star Wars Explained have Patreons where you can go from $1 to $100 and different perks and different titles and whatnot. And a lot of you have been requesting, why don't we get tiers like on Twitch, or why don't you use a Patreon or similarly? And I've always been a bit hesitant because I like keeping stuff on this platform. So I've always held out hope that they would add something like Twitch has on YouTube, which they now have, but even better, luckily, as it will give you basically the control that Patreon does in terms of the different tiers you can select. And first of all, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you who has joined the Senate over the last 2 years. The support really means a lot and helps me being able to do this full time. I think we're sitting at maybe 270 senators right now. Which is amazing, a lot higher than I ever thought I would be able to hit. So for all of you clicking that join button below to support the channel, it's greatly appreciated, and you truly do help me to be able to do this full time. So in terms of these new levels or tiers, it is in a beta, which means that there will be a lot of missing features. So I was able to select which levels I wanted, basically with the price point that I wanted. And I can go, I think, all the way from $1 up to $500 if I want to. But as of right now, I'm not going to make any lower tiers, simply because some of the main things are missing, which means I don't have any control over emojis, I don't have any control over the badges, and I don't have any control over the color you get in the chat. Which means that if I made a lower tier, that would automatically get all of the YouTube perks from the higher tiers, which I thought was a bit troublesome. So I'm looking into potentially adding a lower tier once I get more control over that. As that's one of the main issues, I would say, right now, which is that there won't be any visual difference between the different tiers. So even if you are a Royal Senator, Grand Senator, or Supreme Senator, you will have the same color in the chat, you will have the same badge, and you will have the same emojis. So it's something I will simply have to call out, because I can see in the back end what kind of senator you are, and I can say thank you to person X and X for becoming a Grand Senator, and similarly. So I just wanted to clarify that. I know it would be perfect if you had different colors, if you had maybe even different badges and maybe an extra emoji. Unfortunately, you won't have that at the start, but I wanted to make that super clear. On Twitch, you actually don't have anything like that. The only thing you have for the $10 and $25 subs are a exclusive emoji, as far as I know, but there's no badge and no title difference, as far as I understand. So this is still a step in the right direction, and once this improves and your feedback and my feedback goes to Google and they improve based on that, I think it can be really good. So what are the perks and what are the levels? Well, the main goal with these things has always been for me that I don't want to take any of my normal content to make it paid. That will never be the case. And I want to make that very clear for anyone who's thinking about writing an angry comment about locking your content behind a paywall or something like that. And so far during these 2 years, I've pretty much had no complaints about the way I've ran this, so it seems like I'm doing something right, and that's what I'm planning to continue doing right now. So for the level 1 senator, simply called senator, you will have the same perks as you've already had up until now. You will get access to the Discord, where you can chat with fellow senators as well as myself. You will have the monthly Senate Q&A, where you can ask questions either in the members only chat or in the Discord in advance, and then I will answer those during the stream. And you will have immunity to slow mode in the stream chat. And lastly, sometimes I will do member-only streams. This could be every 2 months, every 3 months, nothing decided, but I will, for instance, be doing a Kahoot stream pretty soon for only senators, since people tended to cheat when I was doing a public stream, which wasn't very fun. And then of course you get the emojis, you get the badge, you get the green name in the live chat. That's for all tiers, for everyone basically. So I won't be bringing that up for all of the levels. And also something I want to clarify, that all the higher levels will have all the perks of the lower levels, if that makes sense. So it's not gonna be like you need to pay for all of them to get all the perks, but if you have the highest level, you will get all the perks. And for the second level, Royal Senator, and again thank you to the Discord for helping me figure out these names and what the levels should be called. Yeah, for the Royal Senator at 9.99, I decided to make a more behind the scenes video where basically a commentary where I would just talk about topics around the channel, whether I'm working on some new videos right now. Basically your topics, I'll make a community post where you can ask me about, oh, can you talk about your setup? Can you talk about how you edit videos? Can you talk about what your plans are for 2019? Anything like that. And then I'll simply sit down, just record a raw commentary that I can upload to you guys. And things like that will be posted on the community tab, because the community tab is the only way on YouTube where I can post to specific levels. So keep your eyes peeled on that if you decide to become a senator for sure. And then we have the Grand Senator, which is the 24.99 level. And I know we're getting to some high numbers right now, which I would be very honored if anyone even decides to join this. But the reason to why I thought this was a good idea is because a lot of you are very generous with your super chats and your Streamlabs donations during streams. And I've also talked a lot to Alex from Star Wars Explained, who has a very successful Patreon with everything from people paying $1 to $100 a month for similar perks like this. And it's worked out really well for him, so I gotta say here I've been inspired a lot by him and the way he's run his Patreon, and that's been some of the reasons to why I picked what I've done here. So for the Grand Senator level, I will be giving you a verbal shout out in a news update at least once a month. It might be more, as I probably won't be able to keep track properly, and therefore I'll do it more than I need to. But I will thank you in person. All the Grand and Supreme Senators will be thanked in person in those videos, as well as I'll put your name in the description under a specific, title. Where if you scroll down and go to the Grand and Supreme Senator section, you will also be listed there, and sometimes you will get early access to some videos. I can't promise any specific amount a month here, simply because news videos I can't share early because I upload them instantly, and same goes for embargoed videos. I simply cannot risk sharing that with anyone. But whether it sometimes might be a top 5 place, or sometimes I might be working on just some normal commentary, or anything else for that matter, I can share those early with you Grand Senators through the community tab. And then lastly, at the level 4, or the Supreme Senator level, 49.99, I also got inspired by Alex, who does a similar thing on Patreon, where his highest patrons, he does a Discord hangout every month where you will simply chat. So whether you wanna ask about the channel, or if you wanna maybe even play some games of Battlefront 2, in case everyone's on PC and similarly, we could do that. And I will make a specific channel in the Discord and a specific role in the Discord as well for the Supreme Senators, where we can coordinate these events so it fits with everyone. Because I'd imagine if I do get any Supreme Senators, there won't be a lot of them, which means it's probably going to be easiest to just say, oh, which date works for you guys, and then I'll do it that date, simply put. But yeah, those are all the levels I'm planning right now, and I know ideally there would be more stuff, such as a unique badge or emoji, and colors. For instance, I think it would be cool if you had the same color as the super chat equivalent would be. So a Royal Senator would be yellow, a Grand Senator would be orange, and a Supreme Senator would be red. I think that would be really cool, but it won't be available at the start. I'll simply have to manually check which senator you are and then give you a call out after that. But nevertheless, I am excited to test this out, as it is really a mix of kind of Twitch and Patreon, and a lot of people have been requesting this, both from you viewers and just from other streamers overall. So we'll see how this works out. And yes, YouTube does still take that 30% cut, which is a bit of a shame. Patreon takes a smaller cut, Twitch takes a similar cut, I would say. So it's impossible to dodge it overall, but I have pushed to hopefully make them lower that cut sometime in the future, because I do think 30% is a bit big of a cut, especially on the higher levels. But again, this is the beta, so for now I'm simply gonna have to accept that that's the way it's gonna work. And I just wanted to add a quick little question here that Google told me to clarify, as I'm sure a lot of you will wonder. What if you want to upgrade or downgrade while you're already a senator? If you want to downgrade, the lower payment will simply be paid when the previous membership rounds out. But in terms of the upgrade, let's say you want to upgrade your membership after you have 20 days left of your current membership and you want to go from $5 to $10. It will simply look at how many days are left of the month. Well, 20. And that's 2/3 of the full payment, which means $333. So you will be paying $333 to get that $10 membership for the rest of that month, and then after that it will continue with $10 a month. So it will basically take into consideration how many days you have left of your current membership when you do the upgrade, so you don't need to pay the full price just to get a couple of days, which I think is pretty fair. And just a quick little extra thing to add here that we actually noticed during the live stream earlier today when this was activated on my channel, which is the fact that if you want to upgrade your membership, or downgrade it for that matter, you actually need to cancel the membership first and then go to the join page in order to select a new tier. It's a technical limitation of the beta, unfortunately, and I know it's very unclear because there's no indication saying that you need to do that, but if you do cancel it and then rejoin, you will keep all your badges, your months and all that kind of stuff, so don't worry about losing your badge or similarly. But I just wanted to clarify that as it's very unclear on the actual join screen. But yeah, I'm also a bit nervous launching something like this, and whenever it's oh, you gotta pay for something, it's always the trouble of people getting pissed off, and I hope that's not the case here, because I want this to be seen as Patreon basically. If you want to support the channel, help me do it full time. This is a good way to do it and get some perks back. It's not me selling a product to you, if that makes sense. So view it that way. At least that's the way I hope you will view it. But oh well, if you have any feedback whatsoever about this, I'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments below, or maybe in the Discord if you're already in there. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.